right, it's the rundown. Monday, August 19th. My grandma's 88th birthday. Happy birthday
to her.
This rundown, Glennie, tell us about it.
Well, hey, you know what? Grandma used to celebrate for 88th birthday. A little high noon action. Here's the tea about High Noon's all-new vodka iced tea. It's made with real vodka, real iced tea with no added sugar and no carbonation. I can't confirm. I've had them before a lot of times. They are fantastic. They are fabulous. There is 0.000 carbonation in these things. If you are a hard tea lover who is done with the sugary malt-based teas, you're going to love the new High Noon iced tea. It's only 90 calories. The High Noon iced tea, vodka iced tea, is great for any occasion under the sun and comes in 4 delicious flavors you got to try: original, peach, lemon, and raspberry. Visit highnoonspirits.com to find a pack near you. I personally love the peach. The peach is a delight, and they really are the perfect summer beverage. Once again, to reiterate, 0 calories. I mean, not calories. 90 calories, 0 carbonation.
All right, start the NFL. Finally got some kind of real NFL topics, barely. But Caleb Williams looked good against the Bengals. Patrick Mahomes, the behind-the-back pass to Kelsey. Any early NFL preseason takeaways?
The Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl again?
I don't know. It's so hard. So me and my dad every year, we go through a football magazine. We go through every team schedule, do the predictions. We did it on Saturday. My Super Bowl pick, Bengals over Packers.
Okay.
I like to go a little bold. I like to go a little out there. Not that that's that.
I can see that. I feel like the NFC is pretty wide open.
NFC is wide open.
AFC has so many good teams.
So many good teams.
I'm a little worried about the Eagles, and the Eagles are going to be really fun.
I think they're going to be very good as well. I think the Cowboys are going to.
The Niners.
I think the Cowboys are going to implode this year.
You got the Niners, you got the Eagles, and maybe the Packers. Is that third team?
I think the Lions, but I think the Lions might take a step back. They're playing the first place schedule. I think Jordan Love's really good. He's got a lot of weapons.
They looked great at second half last year.
Coach.
I also don't think the Rams will be bad. The Rams, I think, will actually be
I
bad.
think Rams are going back. I think Stafford's already had some injury problems.
Cardinals, my surprise team in the NFC. I think they're going to be pretty good.
Kyler Murray, if he stays healthy, they looked a little better than last year.
And they were feisty last year.
They were at the end of the year.
They were pretty good with like awful quarterback.
Can we get a official Giants prediction from Smokes?
I had them at 7-10.
Oh.
7-10? Okay.
What? That's like the most basic.
I think optimistic.
I think we're going 11-6.
Oh. All right, never mind.
What do you mean? We got a great defensive line. We got Brian Burns now. We got Daniel Jones is ready to roll. He's bearded up. I just maybe saw that interception the other day, but it was preseason, so it doesn't really count. Better offensive line. Neighbors is a beast. I think we're going to be decent.
5-12.
My cousin in the backfield, Devin Singletary. I think the Giants will be like better than last year.
5-12.
I think they can.
What
They have a not that hard of a schedule. Like,
I was looking at the schedule. I think the first 4 games, I was thinking we're going with 3-1.
I think it's bad. I think going 7-10 would be horrible with the Giants.
I
You want to be bad.
I agree. I either want them to like make the playoffs or to be so bad that.
And we got Minnesota week 1. No McCarthy. I mean, Darnold. I think Darnold will actually be good. I think bold prediction. I think the Vikings will actually still be pretty good.
I think they're not bad either.
They're not. They're not.
They're really not.
The Vikings never have a bad roster. They always have just like a decent roster.
Still got Justin Jefferson out there.
They got Jefferson. They got Aaron Jones.
Hurt though, right?
They got Aaron Jones.
Suspended.
Yeah.
I think they will not be horrendous. They'll be like one of those teams
he's a
that could
good
win any
coach
game.
too.
I like the Falcons a lot. That's my pick central. We're all very high on the Falcons.
I think they're the DraftKings favorite to win the.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Falcons go to the NFC Championship. Not say they're going to win. I'm saying they go there.
Yeah.
Because the path is there. Get a home playoff game, beat up on a bad division.
So what do you think? I think the Bears are going to make the playoffs.
Me too.
The playoffs. Caleb Williams looks good. Have you watched Hard Knocks at all? I watched the first episode. Was not.
Second one was kind of, but it just shows you how
Caleb
Caleb Williams is really dealing with the pressure well. Like he seems to have his I think that team's going to be decent.
Yeah, they're incredibly talented. Any other NFL hot predictions?
I'm just fully on the Chiefs bandwagon until I'm being forced to get knocked off.
How are you not?
Mahomes was like, he ran the wrong route. I was trying to prove him, like, just to kind of make a point and spike it into the run, which I don't know if I totally believe. I think Mahomes was like, I'm going to do a backhanded.
Yeah, I mean, I was stunned.
Cool.
I was stunned even a few weeks ago when they came out with that NFL Top 100, and Mahomes was 2.
Well, he was
Mahomes was
4th.
4, sorry.
Tyreek
was 2.
Tyreek
was 1. Lamar was 2.
McCaffrey was 2 or something.
Yeah.
I mean, that was.
No, it's crazy.
After last year, we just not to the point where obviously Mahomes is the best player.
Of course he is.
Like, we just stopped doing this.
And it's going to be hard to, like, who knows what they'll do during the regular season. Maybe, they might win as few as 10 games, which I think they'll win more. But once the playoffs start, you'll be like, well.
Who is 5?
Against the Chiefs.
Mahomes is famously 4. Who's 5?
Myles Garrett. All right, that's fair.
And then Chris Jones is right up here, too, yeah. But I mean, and they got the guy Worthy from Washington. He's going to be a fucking beast.
They got Hollywood Brown too.
He might miss the first couple
Rice is
weeks.
Suspended for a while.
Yeah, Brown might miss the first couple weeks.
But they're they're like the old Patriots, where it's like they might start a little slow, and then once the January comes around, you don't want.
What are the odds on DraftKings of the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl right now?
So I know I'm going to put in a DraftKings Sportsbook future plus 7,000 Bengals Packers Super Bowl.
So that's 70-1.
Yeah.
Yes. So you're not picking a winner. You're saying they're playing each other.
Right. Like you could bet on a matchup.
Right. You
bet
can.
on a Super
Right.
Bowl matchup.
That's right.
Yeah.
So the Chiefs plus 5. Actually, you know who I do think is going to be really good this year. That not people underrating them. The Ravens have such a fucking good roster.
I agree.
Ravens,
That division is that division is stacked.
I think it's.
so good.
I always say this in all of sports, where it's like a post-hype team, or like the year that they were supposed to win last year. Like they, because he was MVP, whatever. They didn't win, they lose, and it's like they come back strong the next year. Derrick Henry. Yeah, I'm excited for football.
Honestly, what I'm most excited for is I'm a Giants fan, but I'm a New York guy. I'm most excited for the.
I mean, you're barely a Giants fan. You're almost a Jets fan more.
What do you mean?
How much you love Aaron Rodgers? Oh, you talked about Aaron Rodgers.
I love Aaron Rodgers.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm excited for the Jets.
Come on over, Glenny. We're happy to have you.
I don't hate the
Remember
Jets.
how happy I was last year for those 4 snaps? I was there with you.
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's just exciting. Like we've seen our Super Bowls. I'm done with whatever. You used to hate the Jets growing up. Now I'm like, we're going our separate ways.
I hated
don't
them during
care.
the Rex Ryan days.
Oh,
hated them. Now I don't really care.
I don't hate on the Giants.
Yeah.
Rex Ryan days, he was the fucking worst. That was the best. We were freshmen in high school. Remember how cocky they all were?
Oh, yeah.
And we just came back
They went to
and won the Super Bowl the next year.
Two AFC Championship games. Those losers. Then we went back, just won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Don't be
The Victor
shitty.
Cruz.
No, you're being shitty. Like,
No, I hated them then.
Like
I
I'm,
don't hate them
I mean,
now.
now
you
it's-
guys won
now it's
2
all about
Super Bowls against the
respect.
Patriots. You saved me from 2 years of fucking dealing with Patriot fans living in New England. So I thank the Giants.
Now I'm all like, I'm fully done with the rivalry. I'm a Jets fan base. I am rooting for the Jets.
I appreciate
What is
that.
that?
I'm a Giants fan, but I'm rooting for the Jets.
You can
I
root
wanna
for
see
both.
Rodgers do good.
I will say there's a lot of I feel like a lot of the predictions are like, oh, there's no way the Jets don't go to at least the AFC Champions. Like, well, but usually Jets history, what can go wrong will.
Well, I hate that shit. That's dumb.
Do have truly a top 5 talented roster. I mean,
Oh, they're very
they were
talented. But I mean,
decent-
you
they were
also
pretty
like
good
Aaron
last year.
AFC is
hasn't
really
played
good.
in 2 years.
The AFC is really good.
Also, Aaron Rodgers wasn't great in 2022. They didn't make the
That team
playoffs.
stunk. Nah,
He wasn't
it's
like
pretty good, man.
I think it's crazy to expect him to come back and be prime Aaron Rodgers.
I don't think that is. I don't know. I don't think it's crazy.
I think it's crazy. I think he'll come back and be like 2013 Aaron Rodgers.
Well, maybe you'll have a 2019 Aaron.
He won 2 MVPs in
Yeah.
21 and 22.
Yeah,
Or
it's insane. He tore his
2021.
Achilles and.
Well, let's see what happens. I like Aaron Rodgers. I have confidence.
I like
the AFC.
I have nothing against
The
it.
AFC is
Second
very
best quarterback
tough.
of all time.
I agree with Aaron Rodgers on a lot of things.
That's right.
All right, next up we got staying on football. Team USA, the flag football coming to the Olympics 2028 in the U.S. Their quarterback, their current starting quarterback, Darryl Hausch Duquette, is saying it's disrespectful to assume NFL players will take the spot. Roots automatically assume they're able to join the Olympic team because of the person they are. They didn't help grow the game to get into the Olympics. Give the guys who helped get the game to where it is their respect.
No.
I don't disagree. Like, I think I don't disagree with him. He's
have
not saying
a
we should-
tryout and have the best players compete.
Yeah, that's what'll happen. And obviously we should put the NFL players in there, but I don't think it's wrong for him to be like, people are being like, shut up and put the fries in the bag. Like, I think they're like being kind of mean to him. And he's like, listen, right now I'm the starting quarterback of this team. Like, yeah, I don't think he's saying like I should be the starter. He's just saying like,
Kind of. He's like, give the guys who help the team.
Is there anything
the
off the top
respect.
of your brain that would give them an advantage over?
Maybe.
Over that would
I
give,
think
that
it's
would
possible.
Give, that would give Big Hoosh an advantage over Patrick Mahomes.
Maybe he's better at evading getting his flag taken, or he's better at
Yeah, like-
snatching the flag.
Is there a way the receiver on the team could possibly be better than Tyreek Hill?
I mean, there's probably a way where it's like if there's guys
I
who
don't
are,
think so.
if there's guys who on this team are like purely just fast, like they're just fast, they can't really break a tackle, or like they're skinny, or maybe they can't catch that great, but you get it to them in the backfield. Like,
I can maybe see it on defense being a bigger deal. Like maybe
Yeah.
flag football guys being better at defense. Like I don't know if I want fucking
I
Ryan
think like
Urlacher
a
out there.
flag. Yeah, you probably want like all cornerbacks, right?
You gotta
probably
be-
want your fastest.
I bet snatching the flag is a big part. You gotta be really good at that action,
Like, I
that
think
motion.
there is. I mean, listen, we should absolutely put out Tyreek Hill, Mahomes, all these guys in there. But I don't have a problem with Hausch being like, come on, let's let them win
Yeah.
these jobs first.
I don't like the attitude of like, no, the thing that bothered me was when he's saying, oh, we should give it to the guys that grew the game. Like, who gives a fuck about legacy? Like, it's about winning the 2028 Olympics.
Yeah.
Also, like,
Who are the best players at that moment in
Let's just
time?
not automatically assume
Sorry,
that they're
what were you
able to
gonna say?
join because of who they are. Give them their respect. He's not saying give us like the starting job.
All right.
I was just gonna say the grow the game thing. I think is ridiculous because like Patrick Mahomes is growing the game of football.
Right, yeah.
Like, football is just like a different kind of football. Like that's
Right.
ridiculous.
What game is he talking about being grown? I didn't even know we had like a flag football league.
Flag football, which only grew because NFL footballs and college football are exciting.
Right.
I also looked. I did see this the other day. And I did look up where he went to college. I think he went to like. He wasn't even like a good college quarterback. I don't even know what Darryl did.
No, listen, this guy should not be on the team in 2028. But it must suck to be like you've been on this team, you've been helping this team, and then you just know that in the biggest spotlight that your sport's ever going to have, you're just like absolutely have no chance.
Yeah, I mean that happens in all sports. It happens in hockey.
Yeah, but it's not like there's a difference. Hockey.
Like there's if the Olympic players, if the NHL players aren't allowed to play, there's a Team USA, and then obviously if the Olympic players, if the NHL players are allowed to play, then you.
Yeah,
play
but you know,
fucking
it's
Austin
not. It's
Matthews.
still hockey. It's not a difference.
I think it's like a different.
It's still-
I think Tommy's point is like a variation of the sport, and like in his mind, it's like we're growing this crazy brand. It's like no, it's only cool because it's football.
Noah Lyles, I fucking hate this guy. Noah Lyles, Tyreek Hill, went viral like a while ago for being mad that American pro sports teams call themselves world champions. Since winning the 100-meter dash, Noah Lyles has been offended that he was invited to an Adidas Anthony Edwards shoe release event. He said he didn't know who Tyreek Hill was and was called a clout chaser for saying he called him a clout chaser for saying he could beat him in a race. Tyreek wants to do a 50-yard race. Another interview, Noah Lyles said he has no idea who Nikola Jokic is. This guy he just loves hearing himself talk.
I don't care if he doesn't know who guys are, but then don't
That's
be
a
upset.
lot. He knows who Nikola Jokic is.
I would imagine, but then like it's weird to lie about that. It's very strange.
I would enjoy the Tyreek Hill 50-yard dash.
Me too.
Yeah.
That sounds fun to me.
I think I might take Noah Lyles, to be honest. Like, that's what he fucking does.
I mean,
he
he's
runs
the fucking
dashes.
fastest guy in the world.
Yeah.
I would probably take him as well.
Yeah.
But then again, do we possibly? Because I did see the other day a video of like, I think Tyreek's sprint down the line one time, like compared to his run, like they put it on like a red dot and compared them, and Tyreek lost. But like, I wonder if like if he's wearing what Noah Lyles wears, does that give him a little extra oomph?
Yeah, maybe.
You know
I mean,
what I'm
I will say, like,
Yeah, not having more pads and
it
stuff.
is
Yeah.
worth it. Like, I think Noah Lyles is the one with everything to lose in that
Oh,
race.
absolutely.
Like, if Tyreek Hill beats him, Noah Lyles has to disappear forever.
Does that like give Tyreek Hill a fucking gold medal?
Yeah, he just gets his gold medal.
Because like you said, if Tyreek Hill wins, like then he beat that guy. The only thing that he does.
Right. Yeah.
How long is the big thing Noah Lyles won, the 100-meter dash? How long is that?
It's like
100
300 yards.
So it's a football field basically?
No, 300 yards is 3 football fields.
300 yards.
No. It's about a
Oh,
football.
300 yards.
100 meters, a meter is about a yard, like, give or take.
Wait, no, I'm sorry, I got that wrong.
It's about 100 meters is probably like,
So it's football.
it's probably a little more than a.
I'm terrible with metrics. Terrible.
I think meters and yards are
Are
How
the
long
same?
Just type in how long
think.
is 100 meters to yards.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's close.
So it's
One
football.
It's a
meter
little bit
is
more than-
1.1
so it's a little bit more
yards.
than a
So,
football.
yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see it.
So why then? I guess my thing is why not then do it a football field? Then why do 50 yards? Why not just do 100 yards? Does Tyreek doesn't think he'd run out of gas? Something?
Yeah. I don't know.
Noah Lyles does notoriously start the race slow and has
That's
really
smart
good
then by
finishing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tyreek's next level. That's all right.
Yeah, I mean, you threw this on here, Yankees.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm never going to, because, people are saying, oh, I'm too negative about the Yankees.
You're very negative.
You are an annoying person on Twitter.
I will never apologize for demanding and expecting greatness from the New York Yankees. Right? They lost last night. They played like the Little League World Series. Played against the Tigers. Lost 3-2 in 10 innings. Blew it. Clay Holmes blew it in the 9th, and then Mark Leiter Jr. came in, blew it in the 10th. Here's my issue: is they have a very weak bullpen. They did not address it. They addressed it as bullpen by getting Eniel De Los Santos, who was so fucking bad that he already got cut. And Mark Leiter Jr., who has good stuff, but he fucking sucks. And like I don't want to hear any. Oh well, they got the best. They're 73-52. I don't give a fuck. They have the best record in baseball. I want a World Series. I want a goddamn World Series. It's been 15 years. I've seen them have the best record in baseball enough and get bounced in the playoffs. I want them to win a World Series. I don't believe that right now they're constructed with their bullpen to put themselves in position to win the World Series. And I'm calling them out, and I'm blaming Brian Cashman for that. And I'll never apologize for expecting greatness. I don't celebrate. We have the best record in baseball.
You do celebrate though. You're a child. Sometimes you'd be like, "Oh, the Yankees are awesome. Are the Yankees the greatest thing in the world, or they're shit?" Like you are.
Judge and
you are like a
Soto
7-year-old.
Unbelievable.
The Yankees.
Judge and Soto. I mean, early in the season they were unbelievable. I realized like, oh my God, this is the team. And then, as it has been the last few years, the wheels fall off later in the season. And I should have seen that coming. But you get swept up.
Right. So you admit that you are just like a small child then. Like you get.
No, I'll admit to being passionate. I'll admit to being a passionate adult. Got me.
Hey, you know what I saw on TikTok today, actually, coincidentally, about the Yankees? It was this dude in a Yankee jersey complaining about where the old Yankee Stadium is now. It's just a gross dirt field, and he was complaining about how they don't keep it up. The Yankees are worth $8 billion, but they don't keep up the field where Lou Gehrig and Babe Ruth played on.
I agree.
It looked disgusting.
It was, I mean, I don't know. Part of me thinks they should have just kept the old Yankee Stadium.
I agree. Made a museum or something?
Or just like kept
like, or even like you could have kept a portion of it though.
Yeah, I don't get why they knocked it down.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it was hollowed ground.
Yeah, it looks like a ball field I could find in the middle of Queens.
Yeah, I actually think people shit on it too much. Like the new Yankee Stadium. Like I think it's fine. Like, I think it's good. I think it's a pretty good stadium. I don't know.
It kind of stinks. It has like no soul. It's like it feels like a mall.
I think it's fine.
It's not horrible, but it's like not great.
Field feels more like
Oh, that's crazy. City Field's a much better experience.
They got a museum for a team they have nothing to do with.
Yeah, they do.
Oh. That's a fair take. City Field.
The Yankees had a fucking museum for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
City Field is a much better experience.
Why do they have a museum for a team they have absolutely nothing to do with?
You know,
they have a Brooklyn Dodgers museum. They got nothing to do with it.
I mean, it's also underrated. Like, I'm a Mets fan. It's just Ebbets Field.
It's Ebbets Field. Yeah, it's Ebbets Field.
It's a great place to go if you don't want to watch a baseball game. You want to wait 3 innings for
No, that's not true at all.
You want to go see, tour a museum of a team that
I haven't been to a game yet this year. I'm going tomorrow night.
Oh, I am too.
Oh, maybe I'll see you. I'm kidding. Want to take the train there together, me and you?
No.
All right, cool. But my friends have been saying it, but apparently the Shake Shack line is still a thing.
It is,
which
is not
crazy.
as bad, but it is still a thing.
Like when City Field first opened in 2009, like Shake Shack was still a new concept.
It was the only one.
It was.
I was gonna say it was like for a while like the only place kind of around here to get
Yeah.
Shake Shack, right? Like now, like just go, I don't know,
There's Shake Shacks
go to fucking Shake Shack
everywhere.
for lunch.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as it was, but you're absolutely right. I was walking by the other day, and I said the line was, I don't know, say 70 deep. And you're like, what is happening here?
Just get it anywhere you want.
Yes.
I can get it at the Fort Lauderdale Airport now.
Small brains. Jeff Bezos reportedly wants to buy the Celtics. They, said that they're selling. Bill Simmons said that he's been told Bezos is interested. Quote, in the last few days, there's been, I think, some legitimate buzz about Jeff Bezos buying the Celtics. I think it's real. I think he's going to be one of the suitors. League reportedly wants $6 billion for the Celtics. I kind of feel like, I could be wrong here. I feel like the NBA, even the NFL, NHL, anything but baseball, like, it's not that great to have a rich owner. Like, it's better that, but like, it's with the salary cap, like.
Well, some teams don't go over the cap.
Yeah, but they all go relatively close.
So here's the thing with the Celtics deal I think is really interesting. So the Celtics don't own the Garden. The Bruins do. So you're only buying the team. Now, you can, they think the lease is for
They have any TV rights?
Yes, they have a network that they partially own. I think Casey Smith used to be on it before she came here. But yes, so you do have a TV, but you don't have it. But you can get out of that lease if you pay like a penalty. And then in theory, you could build a whole new arena, which I imagine if you get to Bezos, he's not going to want to pay rent to Jeremy Jacobs.
Is there like a good open spot?
That's the thing.
To build that?
So there's some debates of like where they would put it. Now, if you put it somewhere and you have concerts, does that compete concert money with Fenway Park? You run into that whole thing. So there's like, or you're also competing against the Garden potentially. Right. So yeah, there's also was talk a few years ago when the Grousebecs bought it. They were going to try to put a new arena in the suburbs. So I don't know what this means for the Celtics long term, but I have to imagine Bezos is going to want not to be at the Garden.
I didn't know. I never knew that the Celtics was like not like the Knicks and Rangers, where it's
they're just tenants. Yeah.
So when did they start there?
It's been like that ever since. The Bruins owned the Garden when the Celtics came there back in the 50s. The Bruins owned it. The old Garden.
Well, they're not like officially affiliated.
Fun fact.
There you go.
So they're not like officially affiliated.
Affiliated? What do you mean?
Like the Knicks and the Rangers, like they have the same practice facility.
Right. So like a whole different practice facility.
What?
Celtics have a whole different practice facility that they own. They own the practice facility, but not the arena.
Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure I've like seen like videos of like the Rangers and Knicks being like, oh, we'll see them in the cafeteria. Like it's the same facility, obviously the same owners, all owned by.
Yeah, sometimes you'll find an arena and the teams will own it 50-50, but that's just not the case. The Bruins own it 100%. So all that concert money, all that.
But they still have, when the Celtics play, they change it all to Celtic shit.
They do. Well, they change what they can, right? But all that merchandise, all that concession money, that goes to the Bruins. The Bruins own that arena.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's kind of like the Giants and Jets before MetLife. The Giants owned it.
I would guess.
The Giants owned it,
right.
but now they own it 50-50. Right.
That talk about a bad stadium.
Oh,
MetLife Stadium.
That
I only
stadium
went to-
stinks.
The
Oh,
biggest,
MetLife. Oh, like now?
Yes.
Oh, it's the worst stadium.
It's the
MetLife
it is the biggest
stinks.
slab of junk in the world. The fact that opened,
the same year as AT&T.
or I was gonna say even like in 09, 2010, and like they just made the most characterless, like just looks like a corporate building. The location, like you would literally have to pay me to go to a Giants game.
so
I would
hard-
not take free tickets.
It's so hard to come home.
Never.
To get home is a nightmare.
Bro, I went to a concert there in May. It was an hour and a half after the concert ended. I still couldn't get an Uber out of there.
It's crazy.
I had to hitchhike. I literally hitchhiked.
Oh yeah,
I got out of
me,
there.
Frankie, and Smitty hitchhiked one time out of there, just some
Like,
random.
on my
Steely
Uber stuff
girl.
canceling, I literally went to the road and I just put my hand up and a guy stopped and I guess he was like a cab driver, like one with like one of the Suburbans, and I was just like, "How much to Hoboken?" And he was like, $90. I was like, in.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's insane.
Crazy. Caitlin Clark stays dominating the WNBA. People want to talk, about how much she's growing the game. I was with my mom this weekend. She is the biggest Caitlin Clark fan, maybe outside of Dave Portnoy. It's she watches every Fever game. She can't get up.
Wow.
She's like, we got to go to Indiana and go to a game. I was like, why wouldn't we just go to here when they're like playing the Liberty? And she's like, well, I don't want to root against Liberty, the New York team. I said, you don't give a fuck about the New York Liberty. Like, why do we care? Like, why would we fly to Indiana to go to a game? She is, 2-0 since the or Olympic break against two top teams. Dave put the big bet, I believe it was 100,000 to win 10 million.
No, it was.
I think it's 100,000
100,000 to win 10 million.
Which
Because the odds were so long.
Right, and they're gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah, I was looking at the standings.
It looks like they've been like I said, they got off to like a 1-9 start.
Yeah.
But since then, they've really
Since then,
been.
they're very good. Obviously,
yeah.
the playoffs are, it's a tournament. Anything can fucking happen. You have, maybe the best player in the world. She's been unreal. Of course, though, last night the jealousy. Skylar Diggins, who is hot, went out of her way to bump Caitlin Clark after the game, as like Caitlin was bumping up the crowd, and then a little hypocritical. There's a clip of her talking about how she was bullied so bad in her rookie year, Skylar, that she wanted to go play overseas. Well, it's like, well, guess what? You're doing the same fucking thing now to a new rookie. So, piece of shit.
It is fucking awesome how good she's playing, because they all hate her.
Can you imagine if they win the WNBA
It would be fucking
championship?
awesome.
They kept her off the Olympic team. The jealousy is wild.
Like for a while, at least they had they could be like, oh well, the Fever stink,
Right.
Like if they just are just now like the best or one of the best teams, like that is gonna drive.
And like I get I'm not the biggest WNBA fan. I don't know too much about it, but like I get that. I actually I am on a subscriber to the. I used to bet on them all the time. They're great games to bet, but friggin' like obviously the Andrew Reese stuff, that's fine. Both rookies. Whenever it's this Diana Taurasi thing, like I know it started at the beginning of the year, but like Diana Taurasi, she feel like she's supposed to be like the oldest veteran.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
Her saying that was crazy.
The most jealous of all.
I thought she would be like the one.
The most welcoming. Yeah, new generation past the torch.
Kind of like Obi-Wan passing.
She's been the worst.
Skywalker.
Yeah, she's like the leader of the old heads that hate her.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. And then we got a professional tennis player goes undercover as a fan to heckle his opponent. Bernard Tomic lost to Andres Andrade in the quarterfinals match of an ATP Challenger. Andrade ended up making it to the finals where Tomic showed up disguised as a random fan to mock and cheer against them all match, eventually recognized and escorted out.
Why was he escorted
love that
out?
move. I was going to say that.
Why did he have to
I mean,
leave?
maybe he was being disruptive or something, but that's awesome. That is a next level petty grudge move.
I think it's kind of beta.
You think it's big? Go on.
I mean, it's
Accept your loss.
You lost, brother.
I don't know. I kind of like that.
Me too.
Beta. And then you're Bobby V in it too with the mask on. Where is this?
I don't know.
Leave the Dominican.
Just needed a better disguise.
But yeah, I don't know. I kind of like that.
It says the crowd responded with a raucous cheer as he was escorted out.
Like, were they cheering for him,
Yeah,
or
it
like
looks like the winner
cheering
was
that
like,
he
I want this
getting-
guy to be taken out too.
Oh, lame.
That's why when a streaker or whatever, someone runs on the field at a baseball game, say, and the crowd cheers like as they're getting escorted out. Do you think people are cheering for him, or they're cheering that he got escorted out?
Cheering for him.
I think for him.
I think they're cheering for him when he's running on the field, but then it's like, why are you cheering? Is it just like a hand, like right?
No, I think it's like our base. Like we're rebellious people. Like look at how America started. I think it goes back to our core identity of like
Yeah.
we had a tea party. Like that's who we are.
I'm kind of annoyed with people that do it though. Is very annoying. It's got to be a good scenario, maybe like a Friday night game, and if they last long enough to like not.
Yeah, a little entertainment.
Or if it's like a Super Bowl one, it's like just
Oh, if it's Super Bowl,
gonna
no.
happen.
All right, that's it. You guys, anything for the after show?
Not really.
Anything from you, Smokes?
Yeah, but you.
No. I feel like I had something, but I don't remember.
Sounds important.
Yeah, rundown will be rest of the week from Camp Barstool, so tune in for that, and we'll see you guys whenever.